support, in joint support between the city of Eagle Pass and the city of Del Rio, Texas. You have mayors that have been communicating with our sister cities mayors in Piedras Negras and Ciudad Acuña. We were just trying to show a united force due to the fact that this could have happened in Eagle Pass, this could have happened in Laredo, this could have happened anywhere as far as this magnitude goes. So that's why the mayor is here, to just show support with what's happening here in Del Rio, and it's mutual support. Eagle Pass has always been a big sister city for the city of Del Rio, Texas. I'd like to update you first on a timeline, and then I'll have the mayor speak a couple of words of what's happening in Eagle Pass, and then I'll proceed on. I am trying to give Customs and Border Protection some time, which is what this meeting is also about, to allude to that, which I'll talk about in just a few minutes. First and foremost, what began on Monday, we had about 2,200 migrants that were in detention here. I'm sorry, they were waiting to be detained underneath the City of Del Rio Bridge, which is behind me. What you see directly behind me is one of the entrances that Border Patrol uses to get in and out, to access those persons waiting. At that time, those numbers were already extremely high. It was completely unusual for the City of Del Rio, extraordinary times. 2 days later, at 11 o'clock, 11:30 in the morning, I did a video where I was again demanding at this point, any action from Department of Homeland Security and President Biden's administration to provide additional resources to the community. And when I say community, I'm referring to the Border Patrol because they're stretched so thin. At that time, we had about 3,600 individuals, and later that evening, we already had an upward of 5,600 individuals. So within 2 hours, we had an increase of about 2,000. Yesterday was Thursday. My days are all kind of combined. Yesterday in the morning, we started off with about 8,200 persons waiting in line to be detained. And at the end of the night, we had 10,503. I made a tweet on Twitter last night informing the country that 10,503 people is just short of 1/3 of the population of Del Rio. This morning, much to my, I don't know how to say it, but I'm not surprised, but it's just an awe. It's just something that's never before seen in this community, and I'm sure in Eagle Pass, we're about similar sized cities. We now have 12,500 persons as of 8 o'clock this morning underneath the bridge, which is 1/3 of the population of the city of Del Rio, Texas. We now have 1/3 of the population of the city of Del Rio, Texas in a confined space under the city of Del Rio International Bridge. So that said, I had thought that the alarm was set on Monday. This is setting the nuclear bomb alarm that this is no longer sustainable, acceptable. What's happening now in real time is the migrants are getting agitated. The Border Patrol can't keep up with feeding during lunchtime. The facilities, the quality of life, the standard of living is all being stretched beyond its capabilities. We're also, because of the agitation and because of the frustration with the process, that leads to a different set of variables as far as potential stampede, potential chaos, and also, of course, mass casualty potential with any kind of threat variable to those migrants. In addition to that, there is also the potential threat to our infrastructure, given the fact that this is an international bridge crossing, which is vital to our both sister cities, the city of Del Rio economy, the Texas economy, and of course the American economy. The infrastructure is threatened every single second that the individuals are creating their shanty town underneath the bridge. It is also unbeknownst to the city of Del Rio exactly what Department of Homeland Security is building on city property. The Department of Homeland Security has not contacted the city of Del Rio directly. There are no permits. There is no infrastructure understanding. There is no water source. There are no utilities. There is nothing that the city is aware of on what structures they're building. We don't know if they're permanent. We don't know if they're temporary. The city of Del Rio has no idea what is being built on its property. There has been no eminent domain, no declaration of any kind of urgency that the Department of Security can actually build this structure. And our city attorneys are trying to find a way to ensure that we're communicating with their legal department, but as of right now, we have had no communication on the infrastructures being built underneath the city-owned International Bridge. And this is why I have Mayor Salinas here from Eagle Pass to help you out there understand that this is unprecedented, this is beyond surreal, this is affecting everybody in this community. So with that, I'm going to open up the floor for a few comments from Mayor of Eagle Pass.
Thank you very much, Mayor. We appreciate it. Thank you for the invitation. My name is Salinas. I'm the Mayor of Eagle Pass.
Sir, hold on, just wait. So, you want to hear it? Yeah, there you go.
Hello, everybody. My name is Salinas. I'm the Mayor of Eagle Pass, another border city here. Our neighbor, Mayor Lozano, I thank him for this invitation. We are here in 100% support of the city of Del Rio. This situation in the border is an emergency. It doesn't matter what political party you are from. We are living it. Our constituents are living it. I keep getting calls from my constituents every day asking me as a mayor, what is the city doing to protect me? And it feels that my hands are tied because our police department is responding to hundreds of calls of illegal immigrants going into properties. Our fire department is responding to calls of people being dehydrated, and our resources are stretched thin, and our city still needs to keeping the safety for all our constituents. So this is definitely an emergency. We're getting about 500 to 1,000 people a day. Yesterday I had a meeting with Border Patrol officials, and also the mayor of Piedras Negras, who is helping us a lot by now not allowing people to stay in Piedras Negras. But this definitely, we need the help of the administration. Right now, the local officials, we're doing everything possible to maintain control of the city, just like I'm sure, like they're doing here in Del Rio. I know the Del Rio's, the judge, the mayor, they're doing everything possible to keep order. But it's just, it's a crisis. I mean, there's no other way to say it. So this is a plea. We ask the federal government to help us out, the administration to please help us out. We need the help. We're in the border, but don't forget about us. We're part of the United States of America. We're American citizens. Please, if you're seeing this, I mean, this needs attention, and we need to protect our cities and the border. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mayor, for having me. We've had conversations we have a lot of support from our mayor in Piedras Negras. He tells me that there's a lot of buses going into Piedras Negras, but he's rerouting them to other places, and not specifically to here, but just they're not staying in the city across in Piedras Negras. But don't get it wrong, we do have a huge problem in Eagle Pass, and we do need help and resources.
Mayor Lozano, talk about the support you guys are getting.
Mayor,
from
can I have
the
you
city
move
of
over just a little bit? Okay.
I'm sorry, Matt, what's your...
Mayor Salinas just talked about the support he's getting from the leadership in Piedras Negras. Talk about Acuna. What's the relationship? What are they telling you there?
So we do have a really great relationship with the city of Acuna. Unfortunately, it hasn't been as strong felt regarding the traffic that continues to go between behind me and into the city of Acuna. And I have been pushing on the mayor's office to get more aggressive and to really just stop the traffic. In other words, once you've crossed into the United States, don't cross back into Mexico. I don't know how strong of an effort that the administration over there is putting. Unfortunately, it's just not strong enough, as leadership in Piedras Negras has proven that they're doing that to divert the traffic. We are in communication. In fact, there is a meeting going on right now with Customs to discuss some of that movement right now.
Mayor, what would you tell Washington?
So what I would tell Washington is, again, I did post a video February 16th of 2021 during the snow vid that happened, that this is all foreshadowed, pre-warned our mayors. Here along the border, we talk to our sister city mayors. We're oftentimes excluded on the conversation of DHS policy regarding the security measures and efforts here. And I feel like our sentiments are shared across the entire border, that we need to be part of that dialogue. Oftentimes, the administration focuses on urban centers, which is probably why down to the valley or go down to El Paso. They excluded us from that conversation. They excluded us from that visit. And I feel like, a border is 2,000 miles plus long. every community is going to have a different way to have to manage the mitigation of processing individuals that cross not only legally but also unlawfully.
Mayor Lozano, as you pointed out, this is city property underneath the International Bridge.
Yes.
And it was annexed by the city when the bridge was built.
Correct.
No one is going to know what's going on down there unless the media is allowed to have
Right.
access to the encampment. When can you give us access to the encampment?
So I'm working with Judge Owens and ensuring that we are providing that accessibility to what's going on at the border. Of course, today there's a lot of different parameters that have changed, which is why I'm having it right here, right now, just so that everything we're on the same page, so I can coordinate with CBP, which is what's about to happen. But I assure you that the judge and I are ensuring that we are being transparent with the City of Del Rio, Valverde County, Texas state residents, and the American public, and that we're being as transparent as we possibly can with local leadership, and I'm sure the same sentiments in Eagle Pass, Laredo, and further south, that we have a right to that accessibility. It is our city property, and we are demanding what structures are being built. Why is DHS just abandoning or allowing these individuals to just live in these conditions under city-owned property?
Mayor, you signed a declaration a little while ago. What was that declaration? What was your phone call with the
I'm going to
governor?
discuss the declaration here in a moment. I'm just trying to ensure that Customs has enough time to discuss with what's going to happen here in a minute. Before I get to that, you probably see a lot of DPS that were just leaving just now. We are in the process of trying to find some control measures for the security and safety of this community and the City of Del Rio's assets, which is the International Bridge. I did speak with the governor just a few moments ago prior to this conference.